When you land on the back end of your website, it's going to look a little something like this. This is your website dashboard. So, keeping in mind when you log into Wix, you have a dashboard that highlights any and all websites that you own or are a part of. But once you choose a site, you select a site, this is where it's going to take you. So, this is your dashboard. Everything you need is in this left sidebar here. And you also have this really handy search bar as well. You can type in anything that you're looking for. Like if you want to access your media manager, upload and delete some photos, anything like that, you can do that here. Same with your FAQs. There's a lot of stuff that you can actually modify from the dashboard of your site, which requires actually a lot less load time than popping into the front of your site. If you have any issues with your domains, for example, just type in domain. You can find this here. Really anything that you're looking for, go ahead and type this in. Maybe you want to connect a payment processor. You've got tons of options just using this search bar here, or navigating through the left sidebar. But this search bar is super, super helpful. So any kind of back end type changes that you want to make to the site, you can do in your dashboard here. And if you want to make any changes to the actual visual, storefront of your website, like what public users can see, you've got two options here. So if you go ahead and click Edit Site, this is going to open the robust builder that we basically used to build your website. That's where this is going to take you if you click to edit site. But I want to just highlight the fact that there is this drop down arrow on the side here. And if you click this drop down arrow, you have the option to choose full mode, which is again how we built your website. So that's like you can build completely from scratch. You can do absolutely anything that you want, make changes, move things around, make complete updates, build sections from scratch. You can do everything on that full mode. But we also have content mode, and content mode is a really great option if you want to make some quick changes to text, images, updating button links, things like that. So just kind of like the more straightforward stuff. You can change colors on there as well. And so I want to show you what content mode looks like. So let's click into content mode. So this is what content mode is going to look like. You can see I can click anywhere, nothing is moving. I can click, drag, like nothing's happening. I don't have to worry about the integrity of the design of the site when I come onto content mode, but it's so easy. I can change my background color. I can add an image to my background. If I want to update my text, I can just really simply update it here. You can see I've got bold, italicized, underlines, hyperlink, alignment. I've got tons of options here, but at the same time, I don't have to risk, potentially moving this or messing something up that could also potentially mess up on other devices, right? So this is a really great way to come in here and make simple changes. If you want to change your button link, for example, just click on this little chain link icon. You can connect it to one of the pages on your website. If it's an external link, you can plug that in here, just pasting in a link, choosing if it's going to open in a new window or your current window. You can connect to anchors if they have already been set up for you. If the anchors haven't been set up for you, then you won't have the option to do this on content mode. You have the option to connect to the top or bottom of the page, document, email, anything that you want. You can do that through here. And then lastly, you can also swap out this image as well. And so if you continue to scroll on your website, so if you continue scrolling, you can see that you can just really simply click on any of your sections and make modifications to whatever's there. So this particular section just has a background color and some text. So that's all you're going to be able to edit here. But when you come down here, you can see that you've got all of your different, let's say we want to make changes to these services. You've got the title of your service, the paragraph, you've got the button that connects it to, you've got the image that goes along with it. And so you have all sorts of different options here. This is going to be the easiest way for you to make changes to your website without risking any, messing up any sort of alignment or layouts or anything like that. Whenever you make changes, it is always important to just take a look at tablet and mobile. Just take a peek, make sure that everything is still looking good. If you did add a considerable amount of text, it could change the layout on these other devices. And so it's just important to take a peek before you go ahead and click publish. The way that we've set up your designs, we've set them up in a way that they shouldn't be overlapping each other, or nothing should really be getting messed up when you come into content mode and make changes, but there is always the chance that that can happen. So always just do a quick run through, make sure everything looks good on your site before you go ahead and click publish to save those changes. Now, if you do want to make structural changes to your website, you can see yourself actually creating new sections, deleting sections, completely restructuring something that has been set up on your site, or building something new from scratch, you can go into full mode. So let's go check out what that looks like. So once you have entered full mode, you can see we've got a lot more bells and whistles happening here. So you've got two different sidebars. Your left sidebar is going to be where you can see all of your different layers. So for example, this is the section that we've built here. Within that section, you can see we have cell 1 and cell 2. And within those cells, you can see what we have within them, right? So we've got this cell has an image, this cell has heading text, and a button. So you can actually, like when you're on here, you can like move things around. You can do all sorts of stuff you can just do literally anything you want on the full edit mode. Keeping in mind that we obviously know this builder well, and we've done a couple of things. For example, like we have vertically centered this element so that no matter what screen size it's on, it's always going to be perfectly centered. If you go and make changes, like even a super slight change like this, it means that some of those settings that we would have set up for you are no longer going to be intact. So it's just something to consider. If you're comfortable on here, then I definitely implore you to go ahead and use this builder. Wix Studio is so much fun and you can do a lot with it. You've got the option you can always just, really simply add in a new section. From your section, you've got so many options. You can choose a pre-designed section and you can see all of these different assets that have been created for you. If you want an about section, a services section, highlights and products, like you've got a whole bunch of stuff here. So it is going to be super simple for you to pop in here and add new content should you wish to. And this is always going to be an option for you. This builder, unlike the content mode editor, you actually just click in directly to make changes. So if you want to see yourself making changes to this paragraph, just click in here, make any changes that you want to see. Same with your button. You can click right on it. You can double click or click change text to update the button text. And you can click on this little link icon to update your links just the way you would have on content mode. Same with your images. Anything that you want to change, you click on it. And instead of it showing up on the left here, your options are going to pop up in a little pop-up window here. Change image, create AI image. You can crop, you can link your image, anything like that. And then here is all of your settings. So you can see your image width and height. You can see, how this item behaves on different devices. You can, set image opacity or, update the background color, change the corner radius, add a border. Like there's so much that you can do here. If you want to get even more advanced, you can also add in animation, scroll effects, things like that. So basically, once you are on the page that you want to work on, you can find your pages in here or in this dropdown. Once you're on the page that you want to be on, click into the section you want to work on, and every single option you would need is here. If you want to add anything new, you click on this plus sign You can add new sections, you can add, different elements within your sections. And then you've got all of these Wix apps as well that you can go ahead and add to your site, which come with a kind of bundle of pre-designed, pre-created pages and widgets that come along with either of these. So the sky is really the limit. Once you're in the full editor and the full builder, you can really make as many changes as you want. You can completely redesign and restructure the site based on your own needs. So you've got your two options for editing, making changes to your site. Content mode is, of course, going to keep the integrity of the design, keep that structural layout, and just simply allow you to make simple changes. Whereas the full editor is going to allow you to essentially recreate the site, completely restructure sections, add new things, delete things, anything that you need to do that's a little bit more advanced can happen right here in that full editor.